your share of $100,000. Simply enter the houseofboxing.com Fight Night Prediction Challenge. Compete with boxing fans around the world. Simply head over to houseofboxing.com and sign up now.
Matt Lenihan, Boxing Social in association with William Hill and houseofboxing.com. We're joined by Dave Coldwell. Dave, first off, congrats on Hopey Price. I mean, the maturity in his performance, spectacular shot selection against a tough customer, and he went out there and produced a brilliant performance. Before I talk about this main event, just touch on Hopey, please.
I'm so proud of him. Over the moon. This is what boxing is. But this is why I wanted a southpaw, because the champion's southpaw. He's never fought a southpaw as a pro. This is why I wanted someone like that to give him problems that he's not faced before. You know, you want that for young fighters. You know, I'm just breezing it and being cool and getting into big title fights and go, oh fuck me, what's this? It's a problem. And he had problems to that, and he had to suss them out, figure them out, remain calm, collected, and patient. And then when he got a bit of bollocking and he needed to go, I got a response out of him. And you need to be able to see that your fighters have got that. And he reminded me, it's not style, power, anything like that, but character. It reminded me of Bellew. And when me and Bellew would chat, you let it go, and then you give him a fucking bollocking, you get a reaction. And this fight, this for me is his master neck fight, that sort of fight. And that's what it reminded me of in the fight. I even referred it to Hopey in the fight in the championship rounds. And he went out and did that. I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon with how he responded.
Let's just talk about this main event. So, there's a couple of points I want to pick up on. First off, the point off. Now from ringside, I was watching. I couldn't see it. Look like every time Leigh turned his head. I mean, Josh wasn't grabbing him from my sort of angle. Thought it might have been a bit harsh. Can I just get your take on it?
The thing is, with Josh, he does a lot of things that are borderline illegal. The heads, throwing himself in, the hooks that he throws in can come over there a lot. Now, if you're turning at the same time and the hook's hitting you there, that can be a little bit harsh. Because if you're there, the hook's coming there. But because you've turned, it's gone there. So really, if you're Ben Davison, you're like, yeah, he's doing it all the time anyway. All right, got on that one, yeah, good. It's all. If you're Josh Warrington's team, you're like, mate, what are you doing? But that's,
Talk to me about the knockout. Now, obviously, a terrific combination by Leigh Wood. Brilliant. He needed it as well, because I think many people had him down on the scorecards. I think some people had him winning one round, and some people were even saying the round there, say the point off, that it might have been even a level, because Josh did really well. It was the end of the round. What's your take on it? Is it a case of hindsight? Is it a case of in the moment? Or is it a case of when the fight is of that magnitude, should the referee do better?
So it's so easy to dig out the ref. But you've got to understand, this fight was something like the cauldron, the atmosphere, everything. And he's only human, right? Warrington looks like he's in the ascendancy, everything looks great. Walks onto a shot, heavy knockdown. Gets up, he's all over the place, he's not facing the ref. And he looks at him and thinks he's not in any fit state to go whatsoever. So he stopped it. I immediately look at Warrington and I'm thinking, what? And then I see him wobble along the ropes and I think, good stoppage, fucking hell, like fucking stop that, because Leigh's gonna crash a big bomb on him. But then after, I thought, oh shit, Bell had gone. He had a minute to recover. Should have given him a minute to recover.
Yeah, so I'm looking back to Michael Conlon and Leigh Wood. Now, I can't remember the exact time, but I think with Mick knocked Leigh down, I believe that was at the end of the round as well. And Leigh was up and sort of wobbled back to his corner and was given the minute, was he not?
Yeah, but I don't think Leigh was in as bad state.
No.
When I say I don't know if cameras caught it, but when Warrington, as soon as we were stopped.
I'm talking without replays, by the way, as well. I mean, I saw bits.
The way he stumbled, I thought, oh, good job, he stopped that, good stoppage. The only thing is, then it hit me, he had a minute's rest. Would he recovered after a minute? The problem is if you give him the minute to recover and he stands up, then you can call out time and say, walk to me, let me have a look at you.
Yes.
And then make a decision then. But listen, refs are,
there to be shot down.
They're there to
in
be
a
shot
way.
down. They're in a situation where they can't. You know, one side's always going to say wrong, other side's going to say, oh yeah, well done, and you know it is what it is. But at the end of the day, that's what they're there for, to call it right. And if he's not realised or he's not thought about the minute, and he's just made that judgment because he's looking after his interests, he's looking after his safety, because it was a heavy knockdown, and he's in with a puncher. So he's probably thinking to save him. That's what he's thinking. He's not thinking, oh, I'm going to help Leigh Wood to win. He's thinking, he's in shit. I don't want to see him get hurt.
Yeah. Okay. What happens next? We talk about Leigh Wood. He's been saying definitely probably a move up next.
Yeah, 100%.
But then obviously Josh, people are saying, you know, he's done kind of thing. But I think he proved tonight, although he's been knocked down, everyone says Leigh's a hard puncher. Lara's obviously a hard puncher. So he's been put down by hard punchers.
I was going to say, are Josh's people saying he's done?
As what?
Are Josh's people
No, I'm saying people before this fight.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Or Josh running a note left kind of thing.
Because
So.
you think, because the fight's at his side and you think about Lara or whatever, you think, gets done again, where's he going to go? But I thought he looked really, really good. He looked really good. He looked sharp. He was calculating what he was doing. He was back, you know, he was intelligent, and his rage was intelligent. And I thought he boxed really well. And he's going to be absolutely devastated because he boxed so well. So it's hard to say he needs to jack in. I know he got, like you said, Lara, monster puncher, Leigh Wood, big puncher. He's only been done by big punchers. So, you know, looking at him, you think, well, who else? Leigh's going to move up to super featherweight. I don't know if he can make featherweight anymore, Josh. If he can, then I can imagine him picking up a title, another title, world title. He looked good. He did look good.
Well, Dave, it's been a pleasure catching up. Congratulations on tonight, and I hope it was brilliant.
Cheers,
you know, we've been talking about him for a long time, and yeah,
Came a bit more of a man today.
He come, I was saying to the guys, came of age, and obviously congrats on Leigh Wood. So
Thanks,
catch up
mate.
soon.
Cheers. Nice one, mate.